Hi, my name is Carissa Laffey, and today I'm going to be showing you an activity that will help you utilize the beaches and dunes on the Bolivar Habitat Preserve. Beach Walk is an activity that's designed for 3rd through 5th grade and is best done during the summer months. For Beach Walk, you will need nature journals and pencils for each student and 5-gallon buckets that you can use to collect materials. In the summer, a lot of sargassum floats up on the beaches of the Texas coast. Take your students to the beach and wade into the water with 5-gallon buckets. Find floating clumps of sargassum and shake the seaweed over the bucket so animals will fall out. Keep several inches of seawater in the bucket and repeat this several times. If students are allowed to wade into the water, break them up into teams of 4, each armed with a bucket. You will increase your chances of catching a wider variety of organisms if more of you are searching for them. Look into the bucket and see what has been caught. Notice how every animal is camouflaged to be the same coloration as the sargassum. You will find crabs, shrimp, nudibranchs, seahorses, and pipefish. These animals are all specifically adapted to living their entire life in sargassum. They are endemic species and can only be found in floating sargassum mats. Most of the animals will be very small and can be easily passed around and shared with each other. Eventually, the organisms will wash ashore with the seaweed and become food for gulls, terns, and shorebirds. Discuss the different animals by phylum. You will find invertebrates from the phylum Arthropoda and mollusk invertebrates in the phylum Chordata. Have fun and see how many different creatures your class can catch. 3rd through 5th grade is a good time to begin keeping a nature journal. Prepare journals with students that are at least 20 pages in length. Have them keep a journal throughout the year to document their experiences in the habitat preserve. Show them how to keep track in their journal of date, time, season, weather, temperature, type of cloud cover, and anything else that is noticeable. This initial entry should include notes, thoughts, drawings, and a species list. The best time to go on a beach walk is in the early morning before any other beachgoers have a chance to gather any of the interesting items. Your students will learn how to sweep through the environment and collect specimens like a true scientist. Encourage your students by asking them questions about what they found. You can ask them things like, how are the species found in the sargassum different than other beach-dwelling organisms? Digging through the sargassum can be a big, stinky mess. Some of your students might find it challenging to use their bare hands, and they might have trouble with the smell. You can give your students gloves and dip nets so that they don't have to touch or sometimes get near that sargassum. But encourage your students by telling them the reason why the sargassum is smelling so bad is because there is life that's happening within it. If you would like to do the beach walk with younger students, watch the Beach Walk Abiotic and Biotic Factors video. If you would like to do beach walk with older students, watch the video titled Human Impacts on the Environment. Close your lesson by discussing that the species that are found within the sargassum are endemic to it, which means this is the only microenvironment that they can be found in. You can also discuss how many different species you found within the sargassum. You can also discuss what makes these organisms best suited for living within the sargassum and not in the open ocean. And you can also talk about how the sargassum mats benefit the organisms living within them. If you don't want to cut your beach trip short, you can do an ephemeral art activity. Ephemeral art is art that is only temporary and is around for a short amount of time. Examples of this are sandcastles or ice sculptures or even culinary art. With your students, you can have them build a sandcastle, you can have them use the sargassum to create a piece of art, or even the seashells that they find along the beach. Ask your students to make art that has a message, and what is their message going to be? Have it be marine related. You can have this be an individual or a group activity.